Alright guys, we are doing a top end on a Lakota 220. I don't know if the 250 is exactly the same or not. The 300 is a completely different engine. It has similarities for sure, but it's set up a little bit different. So this is for the 220. Obviously, get your plastics all out of the way, gas tank off, all that stuff. And then, so the reason why I'm doing a top end on this is that it has no compression. It's got 10. Customer was riding it, and it shut off on them. They said it was not smoking though, which is strange of how it would just lose compression all of a sudden. I did bore scope the cylinder, and it looked fine. I didn't see any good scoring or anything like that, so that is strange. So I'm going to check the valves just to make sure that one's not getting hung up and I don't have to tear off the head. Because it's a lot cheaper for the customer if I don't have to do that. I think that it only has two. Okay, and on the 220 here, it's that T mark lined up with that little cutout in the threads there. And then that dot right there, that guy there. So that's top dead center. Compression stroke, that is in time. I mean, I definitely say that's loose. That wouldn't cause no compression. That would just cause it to run poor. Oh, uh-oh. So, that's bad. What in the world happened? So that's different. Not what I expected at all. I think there's down on the exhaust. Okay, it might be going all the way down, but obviously it's not moving. The intake's not moving in the slightest. Either that cam is, the lobe is non-existent. Changing to getting that cam out of there. Take this tensioner off. Oh, they also told me that the oil was never changed in this. Apparently they bought it from the grandson of the original owner, and he never once changed the oil, so he admitted. And then my customer also said they have not changed it. So I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. Okay. So the 12mm cam bolt, lock that off. Gonna hang her there for now. Looks like it's got a couple hold downs there. Drop them down inside the engine. Yeah. Or the plate. Oh, shit. Just slide right up. Oh, they're definitely threaded. Oh. Okay. Not gonna lie, guys. First time I've ever seen a broken rocker like that. They are threaded, however, that one just pulled right out. Probably because it had no tension on it. Oh, nope, this one too. Just in case they get stuck, maybe? The 300s are pressed in, and they can be a booger to get out. Oh, The exhaust decomp's holding it in. Pull the lever out. The rest of that rocker's in there. Well, geez. That cam's wasted too. Oh yeah. That is not a custom grind cam. Yikes. Nastiest black oil I've ever seen out of a four-wheeler too. Well guys, this is where we take a pause because I need to contact the customer, see what they want to do. Alright guys, so back on this Bayou 220, after discovering that the camshaft had a special grind to it and the intake rocker was broken, had to contact the customer, see what they wanted to do. Either completely redo the top end, rip the head off, check everything, make sure it's all to spec, or go with what will make it run, which is a new cam and rockers, and that's what he chose to do. So I got on the old eBays and got a nice quality used parts. Only was about $100, and it actually came with everything. Cam, rockers for the exhaust and intake, and the dowels, which I felt a lot more comfortable using OE takeoffs versus cheap Chinese replacements. Anyhow, you just never know the quality of metals being used. So I just put all the caps back on because it was going to have to sit outside, because I had other stuff to do. Make sure you check out the rest of the content on the channel. Right now I'm just kind of checking for chunks of stuff, making sure I got all of the shrapnel and such out. They did not want to pay to take off the head on this one. Using my phone as an inspection camera, it appears all okay. Yep, I mean quality used part there. It arrived super quick too. I'll give the seller a shout out here off of eBay. Integrity Sales in Idaho. They're from Nampa, Idaho, or I'm sorry, Nampa, N-A-M-P-A, Idaho. They got here within like 2 days, and I ordered it on a Saturday or Sunday. So really impressed with that. And I mean that is a clean part there. Really happy with that. Definitely looks a lot better than this one. Take a little bit of good clean oil, kind of wipe her down, get a little lubricant on her. There it goes. And then just pops right in. Don't have to pound it or anything. Rocker wise, they appear to be the same. If I knew which one was the exhaust, which one was the intake, I would try to put them back the same, but they're literally the same exact thing. So I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna say that one's intake, that one's exhaust. Why? I don't know. That's just what I'm gonna say. Again, new clean oil. Just drop it on the ground. You don't want the camshaft to be down, so I mean, pretty much as long as you can get the rocker in there, you should be good. And those just slide right in. On the 220s, they have threads, and the thread side needs to be out. Rotate the cam again. So, slide in. Okay, feels right, feels good. Cam retainer, that's that guy, and the two Phillips about to tell you guys to be super careful not to drop these bolts down the engine, and then I just about did. Alright, so made sure the engine was on time on that T-mark, and I got real lucky that my camshaft is down the like indent window, so because the dot goes up. That was just kind of on accident. Best thing to do is just kind of put your chain on, eyeball where it needs to go. Then if it needs to go, like in this case it needs to go forward, you lift up that part of the engine, and I think chain must be.
I feel like she did me dirty. Find it. Hold on.
So the chain was just a little bound up, and I'm a tooth off, so move it a tooth. So then make sure your T is still in your window. Make sure, put your finger where the tensioner will be. Make sure your marks line up. Lock down the tension spot. And now that you got some tension on it, cycle it. Good, in time. Let's get these valves set. The exhaust feels maybe in spec, but maybe a little tight. Okay, since we have to adjust this one, I'm going to set it to 0.08. What you'll need is a 10 millimeter and a flat tip screwdriver and a feeler gauge. Take your feeler, so break your 10 millimeter jam nut, loosen it until you can slide with some resistance that 0.08 feeler gauge. Keep that screwdriver where it needs to be. Because we tightened down when we tightened it down. Back it off just a little bit. Tighten it down again. 0.08. That's how you do your valves. Let me do the intake. Alright guys, everything is buttoned back up, installed, all that good stuff. It's fired up. I still got to work on my wiring to make the key work, or the push button that is. Kind of noisy. It's kind of noisy, but it runs. Well, I still got to change the oil and get a key for this thing, and obviously button it back up with its million freaking bolts and pieces. But this thing runs again. At least it was just that cam. Hope you learned something. Comment down below if you want to see something else. If you have any questions, I'm always here to help. Be sure to like and subscribe. It costs you nothing and it helps me out a bunch. Thanks.